Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I am Stylosa. Alright, let's take a look at some stuff. So in this video, we're going to discuss something that's pretty hot right now on Reddit, because I think this affects a lot of people. But before we get to that, I want to talk about Brigitte and I also want to talk about May. So Brigitte, you guys remember the video I put out showing you the super jump. That jump is no longer possible on the PTR. So the devs have nerfed the ability to do that. Obviously, it was broken. They don't want to keep that in the game. Now, it's kind of like, well, I don't know whether I agree with that or disagree with that. I think it was a nice little bit of tech. You kind of had to use two abilities to do it. But yes, they really didn't want Brigitte to be in that mobile. I did show you examples on Junkertown, I believe, where basically you could dive with the dive on attack, which is a bit ridiculous, and no doubt there were other areas where you could do this. In fact, I think you can jump up into the high window on King's Row. There's loads of funky examples of it. Anyway, it's gone. The devs have nuked it. You can no longer do this on PTR, so don't try and waste time mastering that because, well, it's just not in the game anymore. Alright, the next thing is May. Now, May's Blizzard has changed, and a lot of people were like, well, is this actually got smaller? What they've done is given it a new visual effect, so you can see exactly where the Blizzard lands. Now, the Blizzard's got a 10-meter radius, and that's kind of what it's always had, so you can just visibly see this easier. Alright, so let's get stuck into the meat of this video. Now, there's a post on Reddit, and this was made by the user FNOOOORD, and he says, anyone else feel constantly guilted into playing tanks or heals? And this was I read the title of this post and I was like, actually, this is a pretty interesting topic to discuss because, well, I've put the question to you guys. Do you feel like you get guilted, so I guess obviously feeling guilty, into playing tanks or heals when everybody else just plays what they want? This is a very interesting thing because if you think of it this way, like, when I look at myself, when I play Overwatch, I always try and build a team that's going to work. I don't just pick a hero. What I tend to do is when I go into a game, I pick a hero. We live in the age now of private profiles, so we don't really know what other people play. So if I go in and I pick Anna, for example, and then I look at the team, and then I'm like, okay, what are the guys picking? And then somebody picks Mercy and somebody picks Moira. Well, obviously that's not great, right? We don't want Anna, Mercy, and Moira. So in that example, I'd change my character to somebody else. But the act of changing it there, am I being guilted into doing that? Am I doing that like, okay, I'll step aside and I'll let this person do what they want to do? Now, this is a wider discussion on the whole LFG, the whole how you guys play Overwatch and all of that stuff, right? Because when you go in to play the game, you want to play the heroes that you're good with or the heroes you're going to have fun with, which generally are the same. Because if you have fun playing a hero, you probably play that hero more than other heroes, so you become better at that hero. It's not rocket science, is it, ladies and gentlemen? So, like for me, I like playing tanks, I like playing Winston, Reinhardt, I like playing Anna, I like playing a bit of Zen, I like Soldier 76, I like McCree. Those are the heroes that I like to play. If I had to select heroes, it'll be those heroes, right? So maybe I'm feeling like playing McCree in this game. So I go in, I pick McCree, and then I notice we've got 5 DPS. I would change then to a tank or to a healer, depending on what we needed. But have the other people in the game just made me do that? And am I doing this subconsciously? Interesting, isn't it? Now, the post on Reddit was more about quick play. Obviously, my experience is more competitive, sort of focused, right? Like, I don't play that much quick play. I play quick play to warm up. I play quick play on the PTR, which you guys are seeing in the background here. But I don't actually go out there and try and form teams in quick play. I just think I'm going to play whatever I like because I'm using it for a warm up, right? Which maybe that's a bad way to look at quick play because you could still try and win. But when it comes to competitive, I do feel like I am the person who does change. But do I feel guilty? This is the big one, right? Do you guys feel guilty? Now, there'll be players out there that just want to win, that just want to build a team. And you may be a Genji player, or you may be, like, let's say you're a Genji Tracer, McCree player, right? And Widow player. But you've got loads of DPS on your team, so you have to play a tank. So then you start playing tanks. Now, this is the idea of the post on Reddit, is you play these heroes so much that you just start playing them. It's almost like it doesn't become a guilty pleasure, but you just have played them so much that you can't really play any other heroes. And the thing with Overwatch is when you play heroes to a certain level and you get good with those heroes, you then cannot just go and play other types of heroes unless you're literally like an amazingly good player. Now, I know for me that I can play DPS around low master, mid master, yeah, high master. Well, I can play DPS there, but I'm not the best. I should be playing supports and tanks there. And then when I start getting up to the higher reaches of where I've managed to get in my Overwatch career, it's tanks. Tank like Reinhardt, Winston, Orisa, that's what I have to play because I know there are better supports than me. I know there are better DPS than me. The thing is, if there are already tanks on the team and then I want to play as DPS or I'm going to play as support, I'm not going to be as effective. So does it then feel like less of a game to me? Now, of course, we've got LFG. This is not the elephant in the room, but this is the answer to a lot of the problems that I just put forward. Well, Sty, just go and make an LFG group. Yeah, sure. The problem with LFG is it's not actually that popular, or it doesn't seem that popular at the ranks where I play the game. Lower ranks, I'm told there are more groups being formed, so that's a good thing. But still, you have to wait, and I think this is the big issue with LFG. You have to go in there, wait for a group. The group leader might kick you for some unknown reason. You have to have public profiles for a lot of the groups, which players might not like having their profile public and all of that good stuff. But you form a group, then you go in. But there's a lot of time delay. Whereas going into competitive, you can just go straight in and you get a game. Now, are we ever going to get a system where we can select our role and then just queue like you can with World of Warcraft? It's an age-old discussion. We've had this in I've probably made 10 videos on this where we've talked about like a role queue and all of that stuff. But maybe that would be some way in the future of fixing this. But that's going off the point here. Do you guys feel guilty for playing tanks or healers? Or do you even feel guilty for playing DPS? Now, I don't think there's any guilty DPS players out there. If people want to play a hero, they're going to select the hero and go for it. Most people are going to play DPS heroes because they're flashy heroes. Those are the heroes that get the play of the games. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen an Ana play of the game anywhere. Like, I've played a load of Ana this season, but I've got, like, no Ana play of the game. Never. And I've never seen one anyway. It's like a Sombra play of the game. Kind of rare when they come around. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you feel guilty when you have to, like, pick a hero to fill out the team because everybody else has just picked the hero they have? It's an interesting topic. Anyway, yeah, and remember, Brigitte, you can no longer do the super jump, and you have also got May. She's got a nice little fix to her graphical display for her ultimate, so now it looks more in line with what's going on. In terms of videos that are coming up on the channel, I think we've got a breakdown of the France-UK Blizzard World game that should be coming possibly tomorrow. There'll be some other bits and pieces coming out as well, and yeah, it should be good. All right, guys, I'm in Stylosa. This is Unit Lost, and like I said, that's going to do it for today, and I'll catch you lot on the next one. Toodaloo.